Okay, so learning outcome two, been doing lots of different things on it, but let's concentrate on this here for a minute. Can we please? Let's just get real. Okay, so let's just concentrate on what it is I've decided is quite prevalent to do with digital teaching right now, using technology and that sort of stuff. So I think it's important that we understand my timetable. So this is my timetable for this year. You can see there's actually 3 hours here and 3 hours here. Okay, so back to back on a Tuesday and a Wednesday that I don't have contact time. So that is what we class as my prep and mark time in the institution that I work as. So I've analysed my timetable a little bit, and you can see that over a week I've got 21 hours contact time with students. I've got 6 hours timetabled for prep and mark. That actually equals as 0.85 hours a week for prep and mark per class, only counting the classes that I deem I need to prep and mark for, so not my tutorial class and not my animal practical class. And then also I acknowledge that there is some time in the week where, primarily at the end of every day, so where I'm not in a classroom, but I am in work. So that's 3.75 hours a week, but that's where I tend to do my emails, catch up on phone calls, liaise with the colleagues, those sort of things, because that's one of the main times of the day that we have it. So I'm going to draw your attention to this link here. That should say Wolf, not World, which is here. So this, one of the things that the Wolf report found was that we need to stop tracking 14 to 16-year-olds into dead-end courses, so courses that weren't necessarily leading anywhere. Okay, so what exam boards have done with this is they have looked at upping the standard of their qualifications, and I can demonstrate that to you here. So this one here is Unit 1 Animal Health on 2010 Level 3 Animal Management BTEC specifications. And you can see there, that's the unit content. And that's all the unit content. So 4 learning outcomes. Each of them has 4 or 5 points, but everything is quite limited in what the students actually need to know and what you need to cover. And it all fits onto one A4 page quite nicely. I'm sure you'll agree it's well formatted, isn't it? So let's have a look at 2016 specs, which is what we're now on. So the unit numbers have changed, but they equate to the same sort of units within the specification. So as I said, 2016 specification, animal health. So let's just find the unit content. So here's the content, okay? So look at the difference. You can see massively that it's expanded on the content that is actually in there. It's much more scientific. It's asking you to cover a lot more with the students. So it's much more robust, it's much more thorough. And you go along and that's where it ends. So actually, sorry, down here is where it ends. So it's spread over about 2.5 pages in total. I haven't got more GLH for this. I haven't got more time to prep myself for this. I spent most of summer learning a lot of this content, which a lot of teachers do. There's nothing wrong with that. I personally like to feel like I'm 2 steps ahead of the students rather than just being 1 step ahead. So I spend a lot of time reading around the subject. So that shows you there, doesn't it, that we're very limited on time. We're very limited on what we can actually do because we're limited by the unit content and the time that we have in which to deliver that. So with all that in mind, let's very quickly concentrate on a few little bits and bobs. I'm very conscious of time, so please bear with me. So if we look here, for example, teachers are under pressure. There's no doubt about it. Teachers have never been under higher pressures than we currently are now. Because of this, numbers within teaching have decreased. So the government, very handily, are offering out really big bursaries. You can see here, 26k to become a teacher. Brilliant. Having gone through this sort of system myself, I can tell you that's not necessarily the case. That's not how it always works. A lot of people are going into it how I went through it, which is a PGCE route after a degree. So I had my fees paid for me. I had a £3,000 bursary because I teach a science. Those who didn't had £1,000. Okay, and then obviously our student loans and stuff on top of that. But student loans is a different debate and not one for right now. So we can see here, this is a Guardian article, okay, and analysis shows that 27,500 teachers who trained between 2011 and 2015 have already left their jobs. That's not even 3 years ago. That's a despicable figure in my mind, and that surely needs addressing. Why is it that teachers are leaving this? And this is what I'm saying from this. I think that teachers are leaving the profession. I think that teachers are overworked. We're expected to do far too much for our buck, and that's the problem. Look at this, for example. So my appearance today, I'm not exactly looking professional today, am I? But do you know why that is? Because I'm on personal leave. So I have booked time off for half term, um, and that's come out of my personal holiday allowance. But here I am, still doing what's technically CPD. Now, I haven't booked it off as a CPD day because that's not how it was planned all along. I was meant to be going on holiday this week, but unfortunately can't now, partly because of having to complete this course and not deeming that I'd have time if I went away. Luckily, I am having a few nights away, but it still has affected my personal plans, my personal life, if you like. And that's what I'm getting at. Teachers don't have enough time in their teaching days to do their job. So, how's technology going to help that? How is technology going to solve those problems? How is technology going to allow me to leave work in work? How is it going to allow me to keep up to date with my work? There's all these huge questions that need answering, aren't there? How is technology going to stop me having to record the same data in three different places, which is ludicrous, isn't it, in the digital age that we live in? So when we're looking to progress, and my overall theme for Learning Manifesto 2 is teachers don't have enough time, we're expected to do far too much, and actually this has a direct impact on our teaching standards and teaching ability.